What is going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the I Formation Podcast here with Ben Hall, my guy, LeRon McClain. Today we have a also special guest coming on, but before we introduce him, how you doing today, LeRon?
Man, pretty good early morning. You know what I'm saying? Excited for this interview. Glad we got Coach on and everything. Asking a few questions, man, for our show, man. Just blessed. Oh, blessed this morning. Man. Right. I can't be falling from it.
So our guest for the day is Coach Mike Norvell, Florida State head coach. How are you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing great. It's hard at it, going through our off-season program and just getting ready for spring practice, ready to get out there on the grass a little bit.
So my first question, what have the past few months been like for you since the offseason started, with recruiting and practices and weightlifting? What have the past few months been like for you?
It's been hectic. It's a new age in college football. Not only with the early signing period where we were able to sign. I think we ended up with 16 high school signees, but then you also kind of in a new age with the transfer portal, and that's really. Maintained a constant flow of communication, with all these young men and making sure that we find the right fit for Florida State. And you excited about the guys that we've been able to bring in? We actually have 23 newcomers that started here in January, which is the largest number of newcomers I ever had, at a midpoint through a year. And but it's also exciting because all those guys are now a part of the off-season program, and it's been great to see just the growth and development. Those guys building those relationships with the returning players, and just excited about the way it's all coming together.
So now you kind of just touched on the transfer portal. You guys are bringing in 4 new wide receivers from the transfer portal, adding to that wide receiver room. Could you kind of talk a little bit about the receivers you guys are bringing in with that?
Yeah, really excited about that group. And, we knew that, we wanted to be able to add some experience to that room. And we have some young receivers that are here, some guys that are really talented that are returning. But, we wanted to build the competition and, try to add some dynamic playmakers. And I think we've been able to do that, from Winston Wright, who was the leading receiver at West Virginia this past year. Also a guy that's a dynamic kick returner. Think that he's going to bring a special element to the offense and what he can do and some of the matchups that he can create. Micah Pittman coming over from Oregon. Also a guy that's had really good production throughout his career, not only as a receiver but one of the top punt returners in the country. Adding to that element of increasing our special teams production, and then a couple of young guys. Johnny Wilson, who's a big receiver, 6'6", 200 close to 40 pounds, but can absolutely run. Think he's got great future in front of him. He still has 3 years eligibility, and then Deuce Spann. Deuce is a young man who was a high school quarterback, actually, signed with his previous school, to go play quarterback, and then has made that transition to receiver. But, guy at 6'4", close to 200 pounds, and maybe one of the fastest players on our team. Really excited about the ability that he brings and the potential that of what he's going to be in this offense.
LeRon, you can go.
All right. Hey, Coach, how you doing? I want to touch, just ask you a few questions. Just one question about you, the all-time reception leader at your college and everything. I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite route running? What was your favorite route to run? You know what I'm saying, in the game or in practice, anything? What was your favorite route to run?
I loved the post dig and the post corner. So
okay.
I was a zone coverage beater. Let me just tell you that there was I needed all the help I could get.
Yes, sir. So just to touch base on the team, what I know people on the outside looking in, they can give their opinions and everything. Only people that know what's on the inside, what's going on. How do you feel about this year's team coming into the season?
I'm really excited, and as we've been going through this off season, and really a lot of the experiences that we faced throughout this last year. I mean, I didn't start the season the way we wanted to. It was really a challenging situation we found ourselves in, and these guys, they never stop, they never quit, they continue to believe, continue to grow. Saw some great steps throughout the course of the back half of the year, and that's really provided a lot of confidence in where we're going, and to be able to add some very talented newcomers, but also returning a lot of production, and seeing guys develop that have had to play early in their careers here, and just excited about the direction and some of the continuity that we've been able to establish, even within our coaching staff. Yes, we've had some guys that have gone different places, but being able to promote from within and having the right fits here, within our program, just I think it sets us up for great days ahead. And you're excited about the personnel and the direction the program's heading.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you just mentioned on it, the year that started last year, starting, saying on for and everything.
Yeah.
How, I mean, as a coach, I know that's, I know as players, you thinking like, oh man, here we go with this. But as a coach, how do you keep your locker room together? How do you keep your coaching staff and everybody locked in on, the end to go?
Well, I mean, it's a challenge. I've never
Yes,
in my
sir.
life been 0. We found ourselves in that situation, and like I told our coaches every day, this was an opportunity for us to go and be the example for what we want our team to do. And so we had to push. We had to continue to believe. We had to continue to speak victory over what we could do rather than focus on the things that we had not done. And it's a process, and that's where for our players, we had to block out the outside
Yes, sir.
noise, things that were going on, and focus on the things that we could control. And that was the work. That was the belief in each other. That was, how we were going to respond in a challenging situation. And it's what I was so proud of seeing them do. And it really, I tell our guys all the time, your truest identity is going to show when you go through some of the greatest challenges. Anybody can have a good attitude or a good mindset when it's 70 degrees and sunny, right? But when you get and you have to go through it, it's how you respond in those situations. And I thought our guys did a really good job, and we were able to learn some lessons even throughout that process that I think are going to help us here as we move forward.
And you did a great job too, Coach. I'll tell you, the way you brought the team, kept the team together, like that's just some great leadership by yourself, man. I just want to salute you on that.
Well, we got great young men that I get to coach, and when you believe in who you do it with, and you all work together through that process, you're able to overcome some challenging situations.
Yes, sir. You go ahead, Dan.
So now I wanted to ask a little bit about Jermaine Johnson. Being the number one JUCO recruit and going to Georgia where he really didn't get much opportunity, and then coming to Florida State, ACC Defensive Player of the Year, now is being talked at as a first-round pick. Could you tell me a little bit about him and what your time was like when you were coaching him?
What a special young man, and the impact he had on our program. Yes, everybody can point to the on field, but I really appreciate the off the field. And I told him as we were going through the recruiting process, this was an opportunity that was going to be presented for him to come and be what he wanted to be. We tell people that Florida State is a place where stars come to shine, and I believe Jermaine Johnson was a star and is a star, and we provided an opportunity, and he took full advantage of it. And with the opportunity, you went out there and played at an elite level. But on the flip side of what he did on the field, I'd also challenged him with what we needed off the field, with the type of young man we needed in the locker room. Just his growth and investment in his teammates, and really helping them along through the process of what it is to be successful. And not only did he have all the awards and the accolades on the field, he also finished up as a Florida State graduate, and he was able to. It's hard when you transfer late in your career. Just with he had to really put in a great work ethic and effort in making sure that he did the things necessary to graduate. Here in basically a year period of time, and there's and all things that were laid out in front of him. He rose to the challenge, and he's going to do the same thing here at the next level. Whatever organization gets him. Is going to get a special player, but I think equally as much a special young man.
So now, looking on to this season, now that you're losing Jermaine Johnson, is there anybody specific or a few players that you could see stepping up, kind of in his role, especially with leadership, like you were saying, and on the field?
Yeah, we've got some guys that were here on the roster this past season. Dennis Briggs, was kind of one of our most versatile defensive linemen. Played a lot inside. Got hurt about midway through the season. He's gonna make the transition back out to defensive end position, which I think you got a guy at 6'4", 270 pounds that can absolutely run. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do. Derek McClendon, Quayshawn Fuller, some guys that really have come along. We have Leonard Warner, who is missed all of last season due to an injury, but coming back. back, and you guys played a lot of football here at Florida State. And then we've had some newcomers and young guys. Jared Verse was one of the most sought after, transfer defensive ends in the country, and just a guy that was absolute right fit for us. And really, really excited about what he's bringing into the program, and seeing the development of the young guys that we're able to bring in this last year as they continue to progress.
So my last question, I know you don't have too much more time, so I'll let LaRon ask a few after this. But I wanted to hear a little bit on what your thoughts are on the running back room. With Ja'Shawn Corbin leaving for the NFL draft, there's a few guys that can step up. I wanted to see whether you think it'll be a running back committee. Like, what do you think will be the running back room will be like, this upcoming season?
The great thing is we were able to have even with Ja'Shawn and the success that he had, we had guys that were also able to make a great impact and have made a great impact since they've been here. Trayshawn Ward, I think, is a dynamic player. Really, an impressive back that can do great things with the ball in his hands out of the backfield, but also what it do as a pass receiver. Lawrence Toafili, I think, has an incredible ceiling, and I've seen some tremendous strides from him throughout this offseason program. Just his physical development, and coupling that with what I think is a dynamic skill set. They're out on the field. Guys like DJ Williams, was a transfer that came in, really was working through the process and the transition this last year. Excited about what he brings, and we were able to get a couple of transfer. Trey Benson, coming over from Oregon, a young man that has a huge potential, big playability, probably one of the fastest guys on our team. And then we get some young guys as well, like Corey Wren, who's an elite level track athlete that is also coming into his own as a football player. I think he's got a great skill set, and then we're able to sign a guy like Rodney Hill, who I think he's going to be a really impressive young man. That as he comes into it, we'll be able to find what that role and opportunity is going to be as we work through what's ahead.
Ron, you can go.
All right. A few of my last questions. Coach, I know with spring approaching, are you going to focus more on one side of the ball? I know you got a team thing for spring, but is there anything that you're more focused on coming into this spring with your squad?
No, just continued development. And that's, for us, that continuity that we were talking about, with the promotion of Alex Atkins to offensive coordinator. I mean, it's going to be exciting to see, our offensive guys grow and develop. We're excited about the competition up front. We've been able to add a couple of transfers that have come in, also some high school players that I think have great potential, going with some of the youth that we have. And so it's going to be fun to watch those guys, grow and develop. We return essentially, 9 starters on defense, and have been able to add some great players to that group. And so guys that might have played a lot last year are going to be in great competition for a role and opportunity you'll hear moving forward. And that's just going to continue to push everybody to be the best version of what they can be. And that's what I'm looking for. I want to see our team improve. The consistency is critical, and so there's not going to just be a one side focus. It's all 3 phases that have to grow and get better for us to get to where we need to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, man, Coach, man, I know we could keep you that long and everything, man. I just want to say on my end, man, thank you so much for coming on with us. Giving us a little insight. Is anything you want to, tell the fans, or tell our fans about this upcoming season for the squad?
No, I really appreciate you guys having me on, and excited about the future. And we're building and setting the foundation for where we're going. And our players have done an incredible job of working, of responding, about continuing to work to be the best version of who they can be and what they can do. And there's great days ahead here in Tallahassee and here at Florida State, and we're excited for what's to come.
Yes, sir. God, man, just want to say thank you, Coach, for coming on. God bless you. Good luck this season. Do your thing, kick some tail. Be whoever come across y'all, man. I can't wait for this season to see y'all ball this season.
Appreciate you guys having me on, and go Noles.
Yeah, thank you very much, Coach. Man. Now, finishing that interview, huge shout out to Coach Norvell and the Florida State PR staff for helping us get Coach Norvell on. I thought the interview was awesome. Really gave us a lot of insight, and now we have another team to root for in college football season.
I'll tell you.
But this past week, we really didn't get much of a chance to talk about the Super Bowl. So today we'll break it down. It's a little late, but it's fine. We'll break down the Super Bowl a little bit. So to start off, the Los Angeles Rams got the job done. Got Sean McVay his first Super Bowl win as a head coach.
They had a parade yesterday, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the parade.
Stafford
Yeah, the
was
parade. They
hammered,
look
and
hammered.
they were they were having a good time. They barely speak. They could barely speak. But yeah, I don't know. I thought the Rams would win. I thought it would be a close game, but that was as good of a game as it could be. Like the Rams up a big early. Everybody thinks they're going to blow them out, and the Bengals come back and they're up double digits late in the game. Then the Rams come back and win a great Super Bowl game, and it was really a great matchup. And there could have been a different outcome, I think, if there was a different or better offensive line. But we'll talk about that as it goes on.
Man, the O-line was, we seen that from the wild card game.
Yep.
Then seen it in the divisional round versus the Titans, man. And they got them a little bit with the, with the Chiefs, but they give Joe, man, just a little bit of time, because guys is open. Guys is getting open on them DBs. Ramsey had one of the worst games he probably could have, in his career versus Chase, man. Chase different. His rookie year coming in, man, just crazy how he just took that year off and came right in with Joe. They worked on it a little bit. They try to clown him in the off season, preseason, dropping them balls, but just he had to get his feet back under him, had to get rolling, back in his comfort zone, man. And you saw what he did. Other than Cooper Kupp, man, he was the best receiver in the NFL, hands down, all around, catching passes, going to the house with it, doing whatever. So, man, it was a great matchup. They just didn't give Joe time, man. The defensive line for the Rams was after him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The whole game. Joe will be back though, man. It was an awesome matchup, man. Hate that for Odell Beckham, going down because he's about to have a huge game. Because he catch that pass right there, he probably break for about 30, 40, on that run, man. But man, like I said, man, if it a great way to end them NFL playoffs, that was the best Super Bowl, you probably could watch how it came down to. Joe still had the ball in his hand at the end, could take it down and tie it up. He had Ramsey open on the last play, but that defensive line swarmed him, man, and Donald got that sack at the end, and did what they had to do, man. So, like I said, man, this NFL season was very good. I put on a post right after the game. I was like, can the playoffs next year top these playoffs?
No,
this year. I see how they're doing the top 10 games.
Yeah.
Breaking it down, like just even the Raiders and the Chargers, their last game to get into, the playoffs and, and all that. So it's crazy, man. I don't think they can top it, man. This year was awesome.
Yeah, throughout the whole playoff, it was awesome. Every game was right there with each other. A lot of success out of a lot of teams. But real quick, I want to ask right now, today, give your 2023 Super Bowl matchup. Looking a year from now, who do you have being in this game next year?
Man, let me see. It depends on what the Rams do in the offseason.
Yeah.
I can see them, doing what they do. Everybody talk about Brady coming back. I doubt it though, but I see the Rams doing what, and got depends on where Aaron go be at and all that, because I know Aaron want to have a redemption season after everything that happened to him. So, but like right now, if they bring that Rams team back, Odell Beckham come back healthy and everything, I say the Rams for the NFC and the AFC, the Ravens.
Wow.
Hey, man, the Ravens put this thing, hey, like I said, I'm not biased, but I know they were number one before Lamar got hurt. Lamar then got a break. He done got time off. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? They got rest and everything. I think with the offense that they got coming in, they give him one more weapon on offense. He got Andrews, got Hollywood. If they go pick up his fifth-year option, I don't know. Or if Eric go pick it up, put one more player around to do something in the, in the off season, get a good player in there that can make a splash. I think it's gonna be the Ravens or the I don't know if the Bengals go get. I don't know if the Bengals go get back. I don't know if the Chiefs go be, what they are. But I say Ravens or the Titans.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go.
Who you think, man? Who you got?
I love the Ravens pick. But I'm excited for everybody to be looking down the Ravens and the Ravens to make a run next year. I think they're gonna have another good year. But I'm gonna go Bills AFC, man, I at one point this year, I was kind of knocking Josh Allen. At one point this year, I was kind of knocking Josh Allen, saying he was playing down, and he literally looked like the best quarterback in football over the past 4 or 5 weeks of the season. Like, I just have got to respect him, got to respect the way he played. I'm going Bills. And really, he should have been in the AFC Championship game. Like, Mahomes, the 13-second stuff was crazy, but I don't know. I would have liked to see the Bills in it.
Coordinators.
Yeah, that's
we talking about that defense coordinator hurt Josh Allen, man. He hurt him.
He was sick. You could just see in his face.
Yeah, man. Just the game. That game right there was so crazy. Like, you gotta like that way everybody would like change the overtime rules just to have. They've been going back and forth, man, because wasn't nobody stopping nobody. And Josh was just, even without Stephon Diggs doing his thing, he adjusted. You know what I'm saying? And really torched their ass for real. He torched them down. You know what I'm saying? That 13-second shit was crazy. Like, how can y'all just give up the seam and all that, man? I'm jamming everybody. To knock off the time, and y'all want to play back, just scared of the deep ball. I'm jamming, just trying. I'm bump and run. I'm doing everything I can just to throw off the timing of the pass, but they let them just do their thing, man. So that's crazy. Who you got from the NFC? So you got Bills and who?
Shocker here, 49ers with Trey Lance at quarterback.
Oh, Lord.
49ers with Trey Lance at quarterback. Once Jimmy G is gone, I think it's only going to get better. Deebo Samuel literally is one of the most diverse players in the NFL with the skill set. I mean, what he did this year was so incredible. Like, he's a player you can literally build that offense around. You can throw the ball to him. You can hand the ball off to him. You can go jet sweep. You can do all that type of stuff. And he's making plays. Like, I just think they're Kittle, one of the best tight ends in the NFL. That defense always stacked. And they got D'Amico Ryans back. I'm going with the 49ers to make a pretty good regular season, and then have a few upsets in the playoff and get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I like that 49ers D. He's swarming, doing their thing. My boy D'Amico Ryans out there running that thing. So yeah, that'd be that. Yeah, that's a dope one right there. 49ers Bills. Ooh, that'd be. Ooh, that'd be. All right. Then it's gonna be. What is it gonna be? A Dallas next year?
Is it?
I don't even know.
It should be. They're not gonna be in it, so it won't be a whole.
I'm telling you, I know Dallas ain't gonna be in it. I don't know what Dallas is gonna do, man. Jerry Jones talking about, is McCarthy gonna last through the summer?
Oh, he shouldn't. He should not.
Man, I don't see how they. I wouldn't bring him back though. I would have fired him and made Dan Quinn the coach.
I seen Ed Reed tweet, "Stop recycling bad coaches," and that was the most accurate tweet I've ever seen. There's a reason McCarthy is not in Green Bay. Like, so bringing him to Dallas is going to change what? Like, in Green Bay, he had a ton of talent. He had Aaron Rodgers and won one Super Bowl, and then towards the end of his career, really just couldn't win the big game, couldn't win any of that. They get rid of him, and Dallas decides. First, they have Jason Garrett, who absolutely sucked. No respect for him. I heard he turned down the Ravens job. Whatever. Jason Garrett sucked. Still sucks. And then you bring in Mike McCarthy, who is just average. And he's not, this is not to be ignorant, but he's not young. Like, at least, I guess, after you had Jerry Jones, or not, why am I saying Jerry Jones? After you had Jason Garrett, who was pretty decent age, why would you not try a younger guy and bring in and try to change it? Why not try to change the culture? Like, I don't like it at all.
I think a lot of teams now, especially with that Super Bowl, I think a lot of I know a lot of but I think a lot of GMs and a lot of owners going to start going toward the young coaches, because
I think they should.
They can relate more to the younger locker room and all that. You tell, like, Cincinnati young coach, McVay. Young, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm older than McVay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just like it's crazy. I think they're gonna go to more of them young coaches, I guess, just trying to, bring it out. But let me ask you this, man. How you feel about, I know we've been talking about the Super Bowl, great Super Bowl, shout out to the Rams, doing their thing parade yesterday. But how you feel about the Kyler Murray thing that's going on out there in Arizona?
It's crazy you say that, because I was about to move to that point just because it's great. I like Kyler Murray. I did. I do. I won't say I dislike him, but every time I watched him play, he just had that like. I don't want to word this in a bad way.
Yeah.
Kind of lackadaisical, like just kind of like he was just out there. Like he's a great quarterback, but it was just kind of like to shrug the shoulders, put the head down, like. And it honestly, pointing it out after they pointed it out, you could really see it in that Rams playoff game. It looked like when he came into that game, we have no shot of winning. And then the reports come out that he refused to go in the fourth quarter. I hated that because I just feel like you're quitting on your team. And then the reports that he doesn't feel like they put a good enough roster around him kind of pisses me off too.
I think his entitled, his little entitled ass, and I'm gonna say his little entitled ass just feel like he just the one. It's just that they started off good, and then
started to go south.
Watt talking all that shit as well, and that shit just went south on him. Like he didn't have his receivers there, he couldn't make no plays, and the Rams, like they really destroyed their ass. Like they destroyed them like bad, like made them look bad. You know what I'm saying? They got guys coming off their couches 2 years ago, like making it look good with Weddle. You know what I'm saying? But that shit out there, Kyler Murray talking about, he just, you know what I'm saying, want to be in a good atmosphere, want to be good. Like, bro, you with a good squad, man. You're entitled ass. And I feel like he's just not getting that same love he's been getting since fucking high school. That championship, then transferring, going to Oklahoma, winning the Heisman. And all this shit, and just that entitlement. NFL, man, these grown men out here, you got to come to play every week. You know what I'm saying? Just the reports that's coming, the reports coming out there that I sorry right now, like, man, that's crazy, man. Like the throws that he made, you know what I'm saying, in the game, man, that's not what, you know what I'm saying, prolific quarterback do. Take the damn sack, man. Just don't throw this shit up. You know what I'm saying? I know they fan base is like going crazy on it. So I think he's feeling that pressure. He's feeling that pressure from that game. Like he got to live with that shit until they kick off week one. You know what I'm saying? You got to until they kick off week one. So, you know, man, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. So go ahead, boss.
Real quick, I just want to say also, why do we have to run to social media and delete our pictures off Instagram or just unfollow the team you play for it to come out that you have problems with them? Like, why can't it ever just be you go behind the scenes and talk to the GM and talk to like, why does it have to be that nobody knows anything and then you see social media?
Shit.
I hate that,
bro. That's why I said the shit when I think I got on Instagram in 2008, man, when I was in a hotel with my guy Frank Walker. Frank Walker put me on Instagram. I think it was like 2008. He put me on that. Like, it's just crazy how the social media shit runs a lot of shit. Like, you go to social media and unfollow your team and all this shit because you having a temper tantrum, bro. You just mad. You know what I'm saying? That you're part of the reason why they lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, they putting it on your hand. Like, you the weapon on offense. You got to make plays, you know what I'm saying, for your team. You know what I'm saying, to win, especially in the playoffs. You got to show up. And especially after the season that y'all had and all the shit, J.J. Watt was talking on that sideline. You know what I'm saying? I knew it. I was like, man, like, but I just be telling folks, like, the high, like, profile players, like, I remember when I was playing, like, Watt and Sue, I was like, man, these guys got, like, if you watch film, these guys got 3 moves. You know, respect everything that they did. You know what I'm saying? I think his little brother better. You know what I'm saying? But I respect everything that they did, but I was like, man, if y'all contain their 3 moves, I mean, they're not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I knocked Sue on his ass when I was with the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Like, easy. Like, it's cater. It's all about that mentality, boss, when you go out there on Sundays and how Kyler Murray acting right now. I mean, I think he just that entitlement. He just think everything gonna be easy like it was in Texas high school football and baseball and you know what I'm saying? This ain't college, man. It's the NFL. You got to play in 17 weeks. And then your ass got to get in them playing. Don't nobody even care about them 17 weeks after the playoffs start. You got to go into the playoffs and you know what I'm saying, do your thing. So, like, it's crazy. When I heard that story come out, I was like, man, here we go. So he ain't gonna want to play next year. He ain't gonna want to play in Arizona. You know,
Yeah.
he gonna sit down. He gonna pull a Ben Simmons.
Yeah, literally. Like I'm like, what are you doing? Like this is football. Like they'll move on too. That's the crazy thing. They will if he goes out and tries to act like a baby or does whatever he wants to do, they will move on. They won't like it, but they'll move on if they have to. Like it's not it's the NFL. Like that's the realest thing about the NFL is they will move on no matter what
They
position
will
it is,
move
even if it's
on,
your
man.
first quarterback, your top guy. If they go out there and act like if he goes out there and refuses to play or does anything like that, it won't even be a thought. It'll be like, all right, fine. They'll try to trade him. They'll try to do whatever they can, and they'll try to build from there. But I don't know. It's a tough situation. I don't think it'll amount to anything really, but right now, every day I feel like it's a new report coming out. You know, he feels like the scapegoat for the Arizona struggles. I mean, bro, you couldn't score more than what, 10 points?
Yeah, you struggle, kid. Like, I mean, you just got to take it on the chin sometimes. Be like, all right, man, let's go on this off season. I'm gonna start working. They just like on Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson wanna, you know what I'm saying, probably get out of Seattle. I was like, man, like a lot of that shit was on him too. Like, you know what I'm saying? His play, you know what I'm saying? The shit that he was doing. I think he came back too early from the injury, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to prove, you know what I'm saying, prove something. Like, you gotta come on with it too, you know what I'm saying? You can tell, like, you know what I'm saying, without that Legion of Boom, bro, you're Russell Wilson. I mean, you're just a, you know what I'm saying, average NFL quarterback, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta come without that running game and that defense, you know what I'm saying? Like what is Russell Wilson? He has to show that this year if he stays in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Not to talk, you know, I'm not talking down. I never played the position before, you know what I'm saying, a quarterback. I'm just on the outside looking in. I'm just like, yeah, you can tell like some of these quarterbacks need everything around them to win. You know what I'm saying?
Keep asking for more.
And you asking for more, bro. And you got Tyler Lockett in that damn Megatron part 5 over there
like,
with Metcalf. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing you need, like, he had a decent running game. You know what I'm saying? So. I mean, the defense was solid. Like, you just gotta make plays. You know what I'm saying? And you the quarterback of the team. Like, whenever a team lose, you know what I'm saying? First is like the head coach, and then you looking at who taking the snaps, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you got 10 points and everything, and the other team got 17. You know what I'm saying? And like, damn, you can't score no points. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? And that was the main reason. Speaking on that, that was the main reason Goff gone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like, man, well, Goff got him to the playoff. Goff got him to the Super Bowl, but he scored 3 fucking points in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it wasn't good enough. Right.
Yeah, it wasn't good enough. Like, they lost 13-3. Like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? The defense played their ass off, holding the Patriots, Tom Brady and them to 13 points. Like, and you couldn't. That's what I'm about to ask you. Do you think Stafford is, you know, after getting the Super Bowl, you think he's Hall of Fame? Yellow Jacket right now. I saw Richard Sherman come out and say, "No, man, y'all saying that's the same shit they did with Edelman though." They're like, I mean, that was Adam Schefter, weak ass. He was like, "Oh, let's Edelman Hall of Fame receiver." I said, "Bruh, if you don't sit down somewhere, man, just because he played with Brady and them thing, bro, it's other receivers out here that don't even have."
Who aren't even in yet, who are way better, a million times better.
Who are way better, man. Like, come on with that. Like, but you know how they do it, man. You know how they play. You know how they play it in that league, man. It's a favoritism thing. I saw T.O. talking the other day just about his Shrine Jacket thing, how he did his thing on his own. Like, people still mad at T.O. for not showing up to Ken. You know what I'm saying? They say he came to the little ceremony thing, you know what I'm saying? He said he just wasn't feeling it. And a guy like that, like a guy like that, just doing what he did, people thought they talking about he was a cancer to the team. The dude was a baller, man. And whenever got between them lines, man, he balled, man. You know what I'm saying? And people still try to, you know what I'm saying, label him as this, label him as that, because you couldn't speak out. You couldn't talk. They want you to be a robot. Want you to be a robot and shut up and goddamn play, man. We paying you all this money, man. This is what you're supposed to do. And like, shit, that's just crazy how the NFL doing that shit. And they're gonna have to change that shit. You know what I'm saying? And they talking about the players. I mean, I said, y'all can kill that noise talking about players go stop playing, because you can have 10 players that wanna say, man, all right, bro, we ain't gotta play but it gonna be another fucking 50 saying, "Nah, bro, we gotta play.
Here.
We gotta get this check."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And like I want to play. So that shit just like a, you know what I'm saying, up and down situation, man. You can't even just feel. You just gotta get it. Like Marshawn said, man, do what you gotta do in that big, count your chicken, get your money, play your ball, do whatever you gotta do, bro. Make sure you set up after this shit.
Yep. Ooh. But to your question about Stafford and the Super Bowl, I would say hell no. I just don't. I don't think he has the. I don't think he has that accolades. And Rams fans will, and freaking, excuse my language, Lions fans will die for him to make the Hall of Fame, but he just does not have the accolades. I got to look at his statistics compared to other Hall of Fame quarterbacks, which I don't even think are there, but he does not no all pro. He's made Pro Bowl isn't really a big accolade, but he's only made one Pro Bowl. So it shows how the league kind of views him. He hasn't really, he didn't win Rookie of the Year.
Man, like he just don't have. I mean, then he came to the Rams. I know he got the Super Bowl. He wasn't even the Super Bowl MVP. It was Cup.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? He got a loaded fucking roster. He got a loaded roster 100%. Around him. So you supposed to. I was just thinking about, boy, if Stafford loses this game, they gonna eat him alive. Monday morning on all these sports talking about, he couldn't get it done because I mean that would have been the thing. And then they almost Joe them still just almost, you know what I'm saying, got their ass. And bro led the league in interception, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like, you know what I'm saying, still did his thing, talking about you playing lights out. I mean, bro, you led the league in interception, you know what I'm saying? You threw a lot of balls away, you lost a lot of games, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just crazy. I say I gotta see it. Like, if we can run it back and if they can run it back next year, you will see. You know what I'm saying? We got the Super Bowl hangover. You know what I'm saying? To see how I play out. I wish we could just fast forward, you know what I'm saying, to it now, just go to start, you know what I'm saying, the 2022 season. But you know what I'm saying, we got a long wait, man, because we got, you know what I'm saying, the draft coming up, combine coming up, seeing guys like that. Man, we're gonna try, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, near future we can get up there to the combine.
Oh yeah.
You know, to the combine, you know what I'm saying, interview some guys.
So now that is it for our main content for this episode, but we got a few things that we're going to be doing over the next few months, this whole off season as it goes on. You know, with us starting a new season, we're going to, now that we don't really have actual games to talk about, we're going to try to talk about some draft stuff. We're going to do a lot of interviews. Like as you saw, we brought on Coach Norvell. We're trying to bring on as many coaches as we can, trying to bring on as many players as we can. We definitely have guys coming. We'll have guys coming on weekly. And really just this off season, we're just trying to build and continue to do a lot of stuff. You know, this year, like I said, is my last year of baseball. So next year is going to be the year where we start making our big trips and start kind of getting credentials and trying to go to these events and go live from there. So we can show you, you know, we already are going to the Senior Bowl next year. We've talked to them multiple times. And we're going to definitely take a few trips, like I said, you know, when stuff comes up that we can do. So it'll definitely be fun to see, but I'll let LeBron talk a little bit more about it.
Man, I just want to, just everybody that subscribe to us, man, everybody that follow us on all platforms, iForm Podcast on Twitter, Affirmation Podcast on everything else, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Just want to say thank y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? This is our first season doing this thing, man, and we just jumped into it. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate my God giving me the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? We just jumped into it. You know what I'm saying? We've been rolling, man. You know what I'm saying? Had it was just us at the beginning, man. Then we had some great guests, you know what I'm saying? To end our thing, man. But we got some great stuff coming, you know what I'm saying? The season 2, the off season, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, man, with the draft, combine, you know what I'm saying? More guests, you know what I'm saying? Some of my former teammates, some former players, coaches that's doing their thing right now. So hopefully we get, you know what I'm saying, a lot of guys on. But I just want to, man, we just want to show our gratitude, man. Just say thank you to everybody. We're going to do a few more, you know what I'm saying, contests is going on, you know what I'm saying, give away some free jerseys, you know what I'm saying, free autographs and everything for ourselves. So I just want to say, man, just the gratitude, boss, man. I'm just thankful, man, just do this thing, man. You see we building back here. Y'all see us back there. got the gear, baby. T-shirt. You got the hoodie on. We're gonna have that coming. You know what I'm saying, for everybody and everything, man. You know, so it's just a blessing, man. It's just a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to do a podcast, you know what I'm saying, where I can do it every week, man. And my guy been backing me, man. Ben been backing me, man, doing everything for us, man. Salute to you, Ben, man, for doing everything for getting us up on all these streaming, getting us the guests in here and all that, man. So, man, to our subscribers, you know what I'm saying, get your auntie, get your uncle, mom, dad, whoever, man, get them, just click the button, subscribe to us, man, because we building over here, man. We building big. You know what I'm saying? And again, man, just thank God, man. Thank God for this platform. Thank God for this opportunity. We looking forward to it, but we'll be talking a lot of, you know what I'm saying, all season studies coming up, trying to see who the next batch of young guys for to come in this thing and rock this thing next year, who we gonna be talking about.
Yeah, 100%. And it'll be fun. I will announce or say, not sure when yet. We got so much time. I want to wait till after the combine and all that. But we're going to do a first round mock draft for one of our episodes. You know, we'll kind of give ourselves some time to study what every team needs. Because, you know, we watch a ton of football, but we don't know exactly what every team needs until we really look into it. So, you know, we'll take probably over the next month and a half, try to get one at the end of March, early April, but we're going to be doing a mock draft on here. Maybe we'll see how we do it. We know we could go live on Twitter and then post it to our YouTube. Not really sure yet, but we're definitely going to be doing at least a first round mock draft to try to get some draft content. We're definitely, and I'm also, you know, as a podcast, you know, we've been talking to some draft players, so we're hoping we can get a couple of those guys on, you know, throughout the time. But we'll definitely be bringing you, like I said, this next 2 months are going to be 2 to 3 months really are going to be straight free agency and NFL draft talk on every platform, everything you see. That's what it's going to be. So we're going to be talking about it a little bit, giving you as much content as we can about it, but it definitely should be fun.
Man, again, follows, man, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Follow, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to us, man, because we building, baby. We building. We building big, man. You know what I'm saying? iPhone, baby.
Yes, sir.
iPhone.